Oh, yeah.
I gotta turn this light off. Did this dude just leave as well? No way. Okay, what's up? February 17th, the NBA show. I just handed it off to Cyro. And this dude leaves as
And
well.
we are live. Oh, fuck. I just spilled coffee everywhere. God damn, man. God damn it. No, and it's on the Adderall. It's on the Adderall. There is coffee everywhere. Let me.
Oh, god damn.
I thought you heard me say I was
Alright.
waiting to start the show, but if he hadn't kicked it off, it is February 17th, 8:07 in the morning. I hope you guys are doing fine. I just spilled a cup of coffee. And you know what? I also recorded a podcast for a class that it's due tonight called Weird Sports, talking about how Western Maryland can kidnap students from Johns Hopkins.
What? I smoked pot with Johns Hopkins.
But we called so back in the 1940s and 50s, Western Maryland used to kidnap kids from Johns Hopkins and then like shave their heads and feed them beer and
That's
burgers.
awesome, dude. It's like a movie.
Supposedly they were good sports about
And
it.
feed them beers and burgers.
Yeah, because the way they would lure them is they would send 2 Western Maryland college girls to Johns Hopkins to get 2 freshmen by offering them a good time of women and beer. And then when they got them,
it's so goofy.
Yeah, when they would get them, they would tie them up and have them sit in a dorm room, and then at the pep rally, they would bring them to the center of the field, shave their head, and properly humiliate them.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
it's like a plot of an American Pie.
Yeah, and they would then bring them back to the dorm room and feed them as much beer and burger as they would want. And supposedly supposedly the Johns Hopkins kids were always good sports about it, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, and at halftime they would bring the kids out tied up and give them to the Johns Hopkins players.
Oh,
they would return them at halftime.
That is an actual movie plot. Yeah.
But they would kidnap 2 kids for the weekend, basically.
Yeah. Sounds kind of fun, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I feel like America's just soft today.
Yeah.
We can't kidnap people anymore.
You can't kidnap people anymore. In good fun.
In good fun. Yes. We're not talking. We don't want Amber Alerts.
Yes.
Okay, I got enough of those on my phone.
I got an Amber Alert yesterday, midway through a Raptors video. I was like 8 minutes into a Raps vid.
Oh, did you have your sound on where it was going?
It just kiboshed to the recording. It was like, yeah, you're all set with that. Here's an Amber Alert. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I turned off Amber Alerts, so I don't know when people get kidnapped.
When you get an Amber Alert on your phone, you think like there is a possible world war going on right now.
I'm pretty sure I somehow turned off Amber Alerts because I haven't had an Amber Alert in like 3 years.
Hey, man, Kansas is a good state.
Yeah, also maybe I just live somewhere where people aren't getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Maryland, people were getting kidnapped.
Oof.
All right, let's actually talk about some basketball.
Oh, I have our headliner here for the day.
Let
me pull it up.
What's the itinerary?
Bucks win streak, Clippers surging, and Wizards come back. So our storyline here is obviously TJ Warren.
You really talking about that? Please. We're talking about the newest addition, the 6th man of the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
That's not him, though.
That's not TJ Warren?
No, that's not the 6th man of the Suns, baby. You know who I'm talking about.
But TJ Warren, that's him on the screen.
That is TJ Warren.
Okay, all right.
On the screen. But what I'm saying is TJ Warren is not that guy. What I'm saying is there's a man by the name of Terrence Ross, who dropped 16 points last night, 7 of 17. Yeah, I know he was 1 of 8, but he had 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I just did all those stats off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first off, if you guys saw last night the Suns lineup, it was depressing. Okay, like the players that were playing and starting for the Phoenix Suns right now, like obviously they could have won this game, and I don't need to take shots of the Phoenix Suns, and I love me some Jock Landale, but if you're starting Josh Okogie and it's not 2018,
dude, he's hooping, man.
I love me some Josh Okogie. I'm a Timberwolves fan. Don't get me started. I love Josh Okogie. He had 24 points. He's been hooping. He's been scoring double digits, and even on the season, he's a 35% three-point scorer. He's starting to figure it out. But the fact that, look, Josh Okogie led the team in minutes, 41. He on a heater. Torrey Craig, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Chris Paul. Then Terrence Ross. Like, this team really ran a 6-man rotation.
Well, Josh Okogie's stats in February, 17.5 points a game. I get what you're saying, but this man is he's on a complete tear like right now.
Oh, yes.
It's just been 4 games he's been on.
4, okay, 4.
25 points, 17 points, 19 points, and then last
What was he in January? What was he in January?
Not those statistics.
Was he double digit?
There's no way. 6.6 points.
So his usual stats, like a better than it.
Because the minutes also got doubled.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. I mean, one thing I'm surprised is they ran like this 6 kind of, if you include Bismack, 7-man rotation. I'm surprised Jock Landale barely played. Ish Wainwright, TJ Warren.
Ish Wainwright, man.
Dude, you know he was a football player who became a basketball player.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, he played for Baylor football, and then his last year, he played basketball, and then he did a graduate year or some shit like that. Tried to play in the NFL, was on a practice squad, then played in Europe for basketball in Europe. Like he went back to basketball after trying to make it to the NFL. Like Antonio Gates.
Dude, Antonio Gates, that guy's a legend. Oh my goodness. Well, I was just kidding around with the TJ Warren because you always text about TJ Warren and I'm like, oh, did I miss TJ Warren breakout game? And it's a check. He's like, oh no, he had 2 points again. I really hope this is like a Western Conference Final sneak peek. With Kevin Durant.
I think at this point it's going to be Clippers versus Nuggets.
Wow.
Dude, I've been smoking that Nuggets pack all season.
Let's put a case of Red Bulls on it.
I'll buy you a case of Red Bulls on it. Yeah, I'll buy yellows or regulars.
I got the Suns. And
okay,
you got the Nuggets, and we got a case of Reddies on.
Kylan Spiegel asks, "Do you still care about the Rockets?"
I love. Does this James Harden tattoo show you? Yeah, I love my Rockets, man. Hell yeah! What's up, Kyle? Appreciate you stopping by. No, I was actually going to start it off with some Bucks talk, but now that we're on the subject, you want to talk some clip show?
Yeah, let's talk some clip show.
All right. Well, Terrence Mann is looking like he is pretty much set to be – this is the best I could find here. Terrence Mann looks like he's pretty much set to be the starting point guard for the rest of the season.
Which I was surprised.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job. I just picked him up in fantasy this morning, actually. But last night was an interesting game because Kawhi was suffering, especially early. I think he missed his first 7 shots. And then Booker didn't play well. So it wasn't really like a beautiful basketball game. And Terrence Mann had to step up because Paul George struggled early and Kawhi struggled early. And he had to step up, and he did. And I know you love Plumlee. And Eric Gordon even did a good job on defense, which is always a nice surprise to me. He had 7 assists. Bones Highland doing his thing. This Clippers team on paper just makes total sense that they're going to be really good. It just, I don't know. This is like usually the narrative with a healthy Clippers team is they're healthy right now. And when they're healthy, they're really good. And something happens. You say they melt like ice cream?
Share my screen.
Oh. Mr. Kawhi Leonard. This is the year. This could be the year, though.
I mean, first off, okay, I want to say that you and I, another team that we were smoking all season, off season.
Number 1 power ranking.
Yeah, for like consecutive power rankings,
like all summer.
All summer we were sucking the LA Clippers cocks. Like,
yeah.
I was fully on board. I thought the John Wall signing was, earth moving, and I will say for like the first 8 weeks of this season, me and Jackson were kicking ourselves because we're like, damn, dude, we really fucked up. Like, it's like for so long we were hyping up the Clippers. And I'm really glad that they turned it around. And you know what's the weird thing? Yes, I know we could argue health was a reason why they did struggle out the gate. But honestly, you know why the reason why it didn't work? Chemistry. These guys didn't know how to play with each other. Even though these guys had been together for 4 years, they were so used to playing such drastic different styles of ball when Kawhi wasn't there, or, when Kawhi and Paul George weren't there, you know? So I think the team didn't know how to necessarily play with, like, how to defer, how Kawhi and Paul George needed to defer,
Yeah, like they were one of the best defensive teams, but they couldn't really quite figure it out on offense yet. And that's a good point because they've played, of course, I didn't write down the statistic, but when they don't have either one of Kawhi or Paul, or even worse, neither of them, versus when they have both of them, the stats are completely different. It's so different, like win-loss total. Maybe it's not always going to be pretty, but it's starting to get prettier. They're the 4th seed heading into the All-Star break, and I would feel good if I'm a Clippers fan. It's always
Isn't it insane that, dude, I swear to God that like the Clippers did such a great job just hanging around this.
They did a great job. Yeah, you're right. Great job of hanging around.
Because it felt like they were way worse than the 5th. What did you say, 4th or 5th seed?
They're the 4th seed right now.
Yeah, so like I felt like they were at one point way worse, but they did always a good job of somehow sticking around, and I think that's just something that nobody's acknowledging. And okay, do you think Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon, Bones Highland is good enough of a point guard rotation? Because we assume Eric Gordon's kind of be playing point guard for them.
7 assists.
Yeah, I know.
I do think it is. I was skeptical at first. I was very much skeptical at first.
Can I tell you, before you go on the rant, my whole thing holding me back is the defense in the playoffs.
I'll counter that with Eric Gordon's phenomenal defense last night, which blew me away. And Terrence Mann, I mean, he's got that defense.
But you think Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon, or Bones Highland? I'm not even going to put Bones Highland in this. Terrence Mann or Eric Gordon could hold, an opposing point guard. There's going to be good ones in the playoffs. In a 7-game series. Like, do you think I just
like the Nuggets or
against a Jamal Murray, a De'Aaron Fox, a Steph Curry,
Steph Curry,
like all you're gonna have to go through at least one or two of those guys in the playoffs. I think that's the big thing because every other position, I think they're loaded. Center, Mason Plumlee, awesome,
dude. Yeah,
wings, power forwards, they've got them. It's really the point guard position.
I think 100%. Maybe if Ty Lue wasn't the head coach, maybe I'd be a little bit more uneasy.
If Ty Lue wasn't the head coach. I thought you were about to come out with some Ty Lue slander. I was like, I thought we were both a pro Ty Lue show.
This is a pro Ty Lue show. This is a pro Ty Lue's the best defensive coach in the National Basketball Association show.
Yeah, with Ime Udoka.
What do you think about that? Future Bowl.
But okay. I mean, I would say Ty Lue's top 5 head coach. I mean, I have him up there with Ty Lue, Greg Popovich, Nick Nurse, Steve Kerr.
Nick Nurse.
I mean, I'm biased with Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse is getting a bad hand right now. I think the problem with the Raptors is more Masai Ujiri.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think Masai Ujiri's giving Nick Nurse the right players.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Nick Nurse can only do so much with what he's given.
For consecutive seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
They are refusing to acquire shooters. And when they do, it's like Armani Brooks.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay. Well, like, what can you do? What can you really do there, when you're given a shit hand? But yeah, no. So I think the Clippers, like you said, Ty Lue's are really good because Ty Lue, one of the reasons why he's arguably a top 5 head coach is he might be the best or one of the best in-game adjustment coaches.
Yeah,
This guy will throw something out in the first quarter. Dude, it might be the 5-minute first quarter. Call timeout and tell him, fuck that. We're not running that. We're changing the whole game plan. And I love that. I love that. My biggest pet peeve is coaches who they stick with it, and you're just like, dude, it's the third quarter. This is not working. Like, throw the game plan out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let's pivot you. So we talked Clippers and Suns. Let's talk about a man, and I'll cue up a picture right here. But you know who turned the clock back? A guy that I've talked about him all season, saying how much he's turned the clock back, and we saw a guy go down grimacing in pain.
Brook Lopez.
Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo injured his wrist last night. I don't know if you know how bad it is, but Brook Lopez dropped 33 points, and I've been a guy who's been saying all season. We saw it with Dwight Howard a few seasons ago after his terrible year with the Washington Wizards. He gets his back finally fixed, and he goes on and has a great season with the Lakers and wins championship. Brook Lopez last year basically missed the whole season due to back surgery, like Dwight Howard did, and he comes out this year revitalized. Like, the first thing I've said all season long is Brook Lopez moves like a normal human again. If you had seen Brook Lopez in the recent years before this one, you could tell he lumbered up and down the court. I think that's the best way to describe it. Like, he struggled to go up, and you could tell he was like in pain. But now, I mean, he's still in the rejuvenated, still in the defensive player of the year candidate, and he turned back the clock and helped the team get a big win. What do you think of Brook Lopez last night? What do you think of the Bucks as a whole? As you know, Brook Lopez has had to step up this season, especially with the injury to Chris Middleton.
Yeah, he has, and he is. I wasn't a fan of last night because the Bulls were riding this massive several-year home win streak on TNT, and there's no Chris Middleton, and Giannis goes down in the first quarter, and we still get completely embarrassed. And a big reason why is because of Mr. Lopez.
And Javon Carter.
Javon Carter's a dog. Drew Holiday's a dog.
AJ fucking Green. White
AJ Green. Yeah.
White AJ Green.
It was frustrating, but Milwaukee.
Oh, did you get introduced to last team? You got introduced last night to Sandro Mamakhalashvili.
Yeah, and he steps up very nicely, and it just kept going. I actually guess he didn't step up very nicely, but still.
Also, can we talk about, like, nobody's talking about the impact Joe Ingles is like low-key having for this team? Like, on the season, I know he's shooting like 38% from the field, but he is shooting 34% from three in 22 minutes, 6 points, like 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And I know there's stats like someone's going to say at the eye glance those are shit, but he's basically like a point forward for them. Like, he's their backup point guard. Like, they basically were like, look, we traded away George Hill. Like, Joe Ingles, you are the backup point guard to this squad. Like, you're going to come in.
Javon Carter disagrees with you. It's a
Javon Carter starts.
It's a partnership.
Okay, yeah, but like when Javon
doesn't start when they're fully healthy though.
Yeah, but like because Chris Middleton's been out all season, it's Javon Carter's been a regular starter this year.
What? No way.
Yeah. Dude, I think Javon Carter started like over 30 games this year for this team. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm going to double check this right now. It's like
31.
31. There you go. Like, are you shocked? You're shocked right now. No, that's 2/3. They've played 58 games. That's half. Yeah. Half. You're shocked right now, right? A little bit.
Sure.
Like, you didn't think Javon.
It's the number snuck up on me.
Yeah, the number snuck up on you.
He had that crazy run. I remember messing around when he had like 44 that one game on the show. Saying he's the future point guard. But Javon's a dog, dude. I know you love your I guess you don't like your.
Well, he went to West Virginia. A bunch of my best friends went to West Virginia before I went to KU. I've spent so much time at West Virginia. Like, my friends call me like an honorary mountaineer.
It's the only state with all Appalachians.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the Appalachians. It's a mountain state.
Yeah, it's a very cool drive-through state. I will say that.
Oh, it is. It is a cool drive-through state.
Beautiful. You know who you can't forget about? Come playoff time, off the bench,
Bobby Portis.
Oh, very true. Yes,
He's
still no Bobby Portis. Yeah, Portis. Very, very true. Great point. And also Mr. Wesley Matthews.
All right, let's.
Good veteran.
We're not going to. Wes Matthews isn't the X factor, but I do say Wes Matthews is important because Wes Matthews, he's the type of guy that, like, you know, every series in the playoffs, he's going to have one game where he has like 12 or 15 points because his 3-point shot is falling. And Wes Matthews to this day, and he won a ring with the Lakers, right? No, he wasn't. He was the following season.
I believe so.
Either way, Wes Matthews to this day, hometown guy, went to Marquette, and he still provides you with defense. I mean, that's why he's a locker room leader. But I think
40 from 3 in the playoffs.
Yeah. And we're starting to see Marjon Beauchamp again. If you look at the stats, he doesn't look like he made a huge impact, but like the impact that he made is like a lot more significant than people would assume. So I think that one's good. Yeah. Let's talk
real quick. How about Dalen Terry? He had a great game last night. He had 6 offensive rebounds.
He's had a quiet season.
He's had a very quiet season. And now that they're running more Kobe, we're starting to see Kobe again.
Is it because he can't shoot, Dalen Terry? He was a good shooter in college, but on the season he's shooting 16.7%. But I know he's also played 5 minutes a night in 23 games.
Still like a horrible statistic. But they also have a bunch of guard depth. So
that's what I'm saying. But he's also 6'7", and they drafted him because he could play 3 positions.
I'm still very bullish on Dalen Terry.
No, I am too. I was just saying they just did not play him. Like I just knew that part of the reason he was drafted was he was like pro ready. You know,
yeah.
There was like, you know what I mean? Like he just was someone that I thought would have like a Marjon Beauchamp impact.
Yeah, unfortunate. But last night was great.
All right,
let's talk. Mr. Bradley Beal.
So most of the season, I mean, first off, Bradley Beal's having his most efficient shooting year this year because he doesn't have to shot chuck like he had in years past. He's like shooting like 50-something% from the field, like as a shooting guard. That's fucking ridiculous. Like he has like basically like a backup center's shooting percentage. You
52%.
Yeah, that's insane for a shooting guard who's averaging like 20 points a night. You don't do that. He's like, and that's because he has 2 other 20-point scorers on his team, and Kristaps Porzingis and Kyle Kuzma. And I just the Wizards are clicking. This is a team that's starting to be reminiscent to the team that went on a heater last season, was one of the best teams to start the regular season last year. And it all comes down to they figured out the rotation. Denny Avdia has, last year became a really good defender. This year he's taking his steps offensively. They have a point guard rotation with Kendrick Nunn, DeLon Wright, and Monte Morris, who all 3 of the guys, they're perfect for whatever situation is thrown at them. Like if you need some defense, DeLon. If you need a floor general, you throw out Monte Morris. If you need the score, you throw out Kendrick Nunn, And then and Kendrick Nunn also plays defense. And then you got yourself, Corey Kesper, Denny Avdia. And then Bradley Beal. Like last night, when Bradley Beal needs to take over, Bradley Beal takes over.
He did just that. It was awesome, man. He's had, I think, 3 of his last 4 games, he's dropped 30.
Also, I know Rudy Gobert won the rebounding battle, but can we give a round of applause to Kristaps Porzingis and Daniel Gafford for like doing pretty good jobs of protecting the paint and like taking advantage. First, Kyle Kuzma shot 13 threes. 13. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma. And the reason was because they kept trying to like draw Rudy Gobert out of the paint, and like they would just swing the ball until they find Kuzma. Basically, because that's how they kept just swinging the ball around. And I think we're starting to see Wes Unseld's a good coach.
Yeah,
and I think this is a fun team.
I concur. Bradley Beal's a beast. I really like their bench was awesome last night. I really like DeLon Wright.
Oh,
I
DeLon.
really like
I've
DeLon.
always loved DeLon Wright. I've always loved DeLon Wright. I don't know why not many more contending teams went out and tried to get DeLon Wright. That shocked me. I did not understand that, but yeah, no,
he's the perfect bench guard to have come in and play 25-ish minutes, could close out the game for you, and he's just going to get the job done. I love DeLon Wright. No disrespect to Monte Morris, but sometimes it's Monty's night, sometimes it's DeLon's night, and last night it was DeLon's night. So, welcome to the play-in talks, Washington. I fully believe they're going to lock that down because Chicago is a desperate basketball team. So,
yeah, no, I think the Wizards, the point guard committee has been working. Again, I know it would be hard for the Wizards we talked about this, I think, yesterday. It'd be hard for them to leapfrog a few of the teams in the East to be like the 6th seed, but I think they could get into the 7th or 8th seed where they just need to play one playing game.
That'd be huge.
Yeah, I think if they can be the 8th or 7th seed, play one playing game and end up being the 7th seed, that's what they're trying to do right here. And that was the whole thing, is that like they've basically I expect this team also to look different because I think we're finally figuring out the core. We finally have like a core, if that makes sense.
Don't forget about Court Kispert either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
we have the shooter. We have our starters. Okay, we finally have a starting lineup that I like. Maybe you can switch out Monte Morris for somebody else, but Bradley Beal, Gafford, Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, that's awesome. Then off the bench, Denny Avdia, DeLon Wright, and Corey Kispert. Like right there, you have 7 guys that I really like. You know, Kendrick Nunn and Monte Morris could be replaced, but this team has 7 guys that like should not be traded, should be kept. And if you can figure out the rest of the roster, this team's got a really good floor.
Yeah. Last night was beautiful. They outscored 38-19. They were down 20-plus points. And sorry to the Timberwolves. I'm not sure who you were rooting for last night, but
that was a hard one. I was just happy for whoever won. It was a hard one. I was watching that like on my phone, and I was just like, because I was at work and I like kept bouncing back, and I was just like, I really don't care who wins. Like at first I was like, oh damn, Timberwolves might be a lot better now, and then I was like, oh fuck, Wizards came back, because I didn't get to see the full comeback, so it was pretty crazy. But
a nice 0 piece for you.
Let's play some Pirtle before I go. Is that like Mark? I was gonna say Markieff.
Yeah.
He's in the West. Is it Marcus? He's shorter than
might be Marcus. What is that height? Oh no, he's lower than 6'9". What's Marcus's height? Is Marcus 6'8"?
Let's just try it.
He might be, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
he is 6'8".
That's wild, being a twin brother and shorter.
Oh, I guess the age wouldn't make sense if they're twin brothers.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Who has that big of a beard?
He's in the Northwest.
We know that for sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Southwest and Pacific.
Oh, yeah.
The Timberwolves, Trailblazers, Thunder, Nuggets, Jazz.
Doesn't seem like a Blazer. Is it a Thunder? Is it?
I don't even fucking know. I'm going to go do a Thunder player.
That's a good call.
I know it's not. I'm just typing Lou Dort. Okay, it's a Thunder player. This is going to be hard, man.
Yeah, they have a lot of players, don't they? I'm struggling.
Oh, what? Could it be?
Who the heck is that?
He's 6'6".
Eugene Omru?
Yeah, he plays.
Who is that?
Who could this be? This is hard.
The only the only Thunder that are coming to my head are Poku and Shea right now. I'm choking. Who was Baisley just traded for? Saric? He doesn't have that thick of a beard.
Would it be like Kenrich Williams?
Oh, yeah, it's Kenrich Williams. Nice.
I just didn't.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bang.
It's the beard that threw me off. I didn't know it was that thick.
That is a thick beard.
It doesn't look that thick on TV.
How do you get that thick of a beard? I wonder how long it.
Dude, this is like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I did a clean shave yesterday, and I'm not a huge fan of it.
I haven't clean shaved in like 2 years.
I know I haven't been 2 years, but sometimes it just seems enticing.
Well, what else are you going to talk for the show? Joe Mazzulla? Oh, Ime Udoka was fired.
Yeah. Or I guess that makes sense.
But officially fired. They fired him yesterday. And
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets locked up in 4 months' time.
I mean, yeah. You just, like, whoever signs him will have to do a PR bullshit. But we talked about it before.
That's good.
We'll bring you back, buddy. No, I think he goes to Atlanta.
Wow.
Landry Fields worked for the Spurs when Ime Udoka was an assistant coach.
Oh.
And a few guys on the staff now are former Spurs guys.
That'd be something.
Yeah, and the team, what do they need to fix? Defense. Who's a good defensive coach? I think that one's kind of an easy one to read the tea leaves on. I could be wrong, but I just got a Twitter notification saying happy birthday. Happy birthday, Michael Jordan.
Oh.
My birthday's 11/11.
Whoa. Damn.
Yeah, 11/11/99. Oh, the Suns are contenders to sign Kevin Love.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. All right. I'm going to head out, dude.
All right.
I got to get ready and head out to work in 2 minutes. So, cheers. Enjoy.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end it. I don't know what else to talk about. It is All-Star Weekend, though. We have what is tonight? The skills and the celebrity game, which used to be a pretty fun watch, is no longer a fun watch. So, I don't know. I usually don't care too much about Friday's night's festivities. Let's just look it up real quick. All-Star Weekend 2023. Because I believe they change all the. I hope that what's it called? The dunk contest. I hope it's still. Let's pull this up here. I believe it's still Saturday night, right? That's just NFL that does it all in one day now. All right, tonight we have the celebrity game. Wow, the Utah Jazz owner. Wow, that's really cool though. Rising Stars Challenge. I don't really watch too much of that, but we'll have it on. Oh, I thought I saw somebody. Then we have Grand Lake State versus Southern. Then we have skills 3 dunk. Look at the dunk contest. Mac McClung, easy win there. Then the threes, pretty solid group for 3-point shooting. And then we have the All-Star game. I do like this year we have like just a week off pretty much. The next basketball game that isn't All-Star related is on Thursday night. So I think we'll still be live on Monday, but I hope you guys all enjoy your All-Star weekend. And that's it for today. So we'll see you guys Monday. Hit the like button, hit the sub button. You know the deal. And I'll catch you cats in a few days.